there were two buttons presented in front of me and one was like, don't exist anymore or continue living right now, I'd be like, I don't want to exist.
Aww.
What's up, you guys? It's T.
And Cindy.
And it's Tea Time with Cindy. So, what made you want to start a podcast?
Honestly, I've always wanted to do like live streaming and like just I don't know, like I never thought about podcasts.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to stream.
Yeah. And you do.
Yeah, I do stream sometimes, but I feel like I can only talk so much.
I know.
You know,
like,
and like
by yourself.
And so like it feels just like I was just thinking, and then when you just asked me on the couch that one random night, you were just like, let's do a podcast. I was just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Because like literally like that same day, I thought I was streaming, but then I was like sitting there, I was like, you know, this could be more fun if I had somebody else to talk to.
Yes.
You know? Because like it's just I feel like I do better when I have other people around.
Yeah, because you're not talking by yourself, like to like imagining, or even if people are like commenting on your streams, it doesn't feel like it's
authentic.
Like, oh, what are you doing right now? Oh, I'm just hanging out. What are you doing? You know, like they're not gonna like type a whole like dialogue with you.
Yeah, like sometimes whenever like I'm streaming, I'm like sitting there, like I expect someone to say something. You know, because like I'm used to like voice chatting when I game and stuff like that. I voice chat, so I was just waiting there for like someone to say something. I'm just like, I'm supposed to be the one saying something.
It's my stream.
Exactly.
They're trying to listen to me talk.
Yes. So what made you want to start a podcast?
I think because I like to yap. I am fluent in Japanese, and I just like, I talk so much to the point where I feel like people, like my friends, they're not like sick of it, but I don't want to burden them with me just like yapping about everything all the time, because I just like, I love to talk. My mouth, I don't know. So I just like, I feel like I have interesting opinions on things. Like I feel like I always form an opinion on something, and I love to like have discourse. Like I love to have discussions like, oh my God, did you see what happened like with Jen and the Bachelorette thing? Like that's so weird. Like, oh my gosh, like first Asian American Bachelorette and she's treated like that. Like I just wanted to, like I yap so much that I'm like, why not at least put it out there so that like maybe people can relate, or like they're like, oh my gosh, I yap a lot too. Like
relate to you.
Yeah, like it's like relatable, or like I don't know, maybe my opinions are like, maybe other people share that opinion, and it's just like something to, you know. Yeah, so I like never thought of like starting my own podcast. I was always like, man, I hope I'm like a guest on someone's podcast, but like dream guest star on my podcast? Like the JoJo Siwa meme.
Look. we aim high over here, okay?
I know, yeah.
We aim high over here, so you know, instead of just waiting around for someone to like, you might as well just do your own.
Exactly. So like it's literally September, and so I was like, okay, well, I want to actually check the podcast thing off of my like to-do list, off of my like 2024, what is it, like New Year's resolution. I guess I made it like a New Year's resolution to where I want to be on a podcast. So it's September, like time is running out, so I might as well just like do it.
Exactly. You know,
Yeah,
just do it.
I know. Yeah, just like if no one's gonna like
say any brand names on here. Oops, my bad.
I know. I feel like I've already said so many things that we're just gonna have to cut out. Like
that would be fine.
I know. This will be edited. Like, what is like your mission for this podcast?
My mission for this podcast, honestly, I just want to be able to help people, you know, because like I know the topics we'll be talking about will be extremely relatable, and I know for a fact that sometimes like what you say can resonate with like other people, and like to show them like, hey, like you're not alone, you know, and like to help pull people out of like the funk they're in, you know, like they're not alone, and like I just want to just be able to like bring a light to like people who feel like they're just in the dark. Like
Yeah.
they're not able to speak up. Because like I know
Right.
I had trouble speaking up a lot, and like I got walked all over so many times, and it took a long time for me to finally pull myself out, and like I want to show, hey, you can do it too.
Right. Yeah. What would you say, how did you pull yourself out then?
It was a lot, a lot of definitely emotional discord and a lot of shadow work and like having to reflect and all. But like it's just, I don't know. Like I remember just being like so sad, so depressed. I did want to like unalive myself at one point when I was like 18, 19, like high school, and then I had my son, and but then like I still felt like I didn't have a sense of purpose. But then also like I don't know what happened. Like, I just woke up one day, I'm just like, fuck. Yeah. I'm being sad. Like, it's just like something in my brain just like switch or click,
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just, I feel like, oh, but then like at the same time, I pulled myself out too is because I have very supportive friends and family. Without them, without y'all, like, I probably wouldn't be here.
Oh my God.
Oh, like.
So this is like relatively recent.
Yeah, I would say so. About
Yeah.
like 2-3 years in the making from since like the last time I felt like that deep depression of I want to like unalive myself.
Yeah.
But honestly, like it's just been a breath of fresh air because like for example, like I remember like when we Sabai had his show here, like Rise or Warehouse Live, it used to be called Proof, and I remember
I was not there for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like
was-
before your time.
It was
my
maybe
age
too young to be going to those shows.
I remember when it used to be Proof, something did happen, and like I was at like my lowest of my low, and I wanted to jump off that roof to like unalive myself.
Yeah.
But recently, this past June, when Sabai had his show, I just remember just sitting on top on the roof and so backstage because like I need like a little breath of fresh air, and I was just like, damn. I was like thinking to myself, I was like, the last time I was here, I was full of like sadness and darkness and like, but now I'm just like, I'm so happy. Like, I'm so grateful. I remember I just started crying and stuff because I was just so grateful to be alive right then and there, because I was just like, damn, if I really did went through with what I did, like almost been like 10 years now. Almost about 10 years. Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm cussing so much.
No,
But,
it's okay.
But yeah, I was just like, damn, almost like a whole decade ago, I had completely like different mindset, you know? And I know like it's very hard to pull yourself out from that kind of mindset, but I really am like thankful and grateful for all like the support I've had to help me bring like the best version of myself out.
Right.
You know, that kind of like catapults me into like thinking like I want to do more. I'm trying to find my sense of purpose now, and I'm just like finally having that break to do that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I was crying, and I was just like, oh, the moon looks so pretty right now.
Oh my god.
Can't see shit, but you know.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but yeah, that's like why. Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because it is like a weird, it's not like oh, you're depressed, just do this and then you'll just stop being depressed. Like it's like not like a flip of a switch. It's not like a wake up and eat breakfast and get a routine, start a hobby, and then it's like over. Like it's like really not that easy, like at all.
It's not.
And especially like in like the age that we're in, you said that it started in high school, in your teens to now. I feel like that's such a volatile time for people of that age, especially like as women and as minorities. I feel like we like have like, I don't know, like I resonate with that because I wouldn't say I was ever like depressed or never really got to the point where I wanted to like unalive myself, but I've definitely felt like if there were two buttons presented in front of me and one was like don't exist anymore or continue living right now, I'd be like, I don't want to exist.
Aww.
I know, like but it's not like I want to like, unalive myself, because that itself like is an act like a
You have a ghost.
A ghost. Oh my gosh.
A ghost name.
Yeah, like it's not like a like I don't know, like never like really had a plan or you know anything like that, but it was just kind of like I think it'd be nice to like not exist, you know? And I like felt that around that age too, not in high school per se, but like after college when I started my job and I was a nurse at the time. Oh gosh.
So cute.
Oh gosh. I have cats. This is why this is happening. But yeah.
Her whole house is like a zoo.
My house is haunted.
Like a pretty zoo.
Yeah, it's a cute zoo.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like as a nurse, like I enjoyed my job and I feel like I was a good nurse. Like I did my job well, you know, like I did what I had to do, especially, you know, like being a nurse, you can't like just half-ass it. Like you have to like really put your heart into it, which I did, but I still didn't feel fulfilled, like which is crazy because like nursing is inherently such a fulfilling job. Like you're helping people. It's a noble thing to do, like help people. Of course, like you should feel fulfilled doing that. But the fact that I didn't made me like go like, what did I do all of this for? Like I went to high school specifically geared towards like the health professions. I spent my entire like college career focused on school, focused on, you know, studying. I didn't have fun. I didn't pursue any of my hobbies. I became a nurse and now like all I care about is working and I have no other sense of self besides working, and even that doesn't fulfill me. So like that was a really weird period for me where I just like kind of was like I felt like I was in like limbo. I felt like I just like was just going through the motions, like whatever, like existence is like kind of like crappy, but it's not like terrible. Like it's not like I'm not like depressed, I'm not suicidal, but it was just like but like maybe I just want to like sleep forever. That sounds so scary, but like yeah, I did feel that kind of way sort of. So like I feel like some people can kind of relate to that in this time where you're like transitioning from like a college, like high school student, college student, and then you have to like just suddenly be an adult. I think that throws a lot of people off, especially like if all you did was focus on school and study and not really do anything else. So
Not really live life.
yeah, not really living life. So then like you're an adult and then you're expected to have all these like adult responsibilities and taxes and bills and like all this stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's a weird transition. And I feel like it threw me off for sure. Like I was just like, what am I actually doing with my life? Like, is this what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? And that's kind of like where I agree with you. Like, I think this is a great way to show people that like, yeah, you're not alone. Like if you feel like your life is kind of weird right now and like, I don't want to say pointless, but like you're stuck in a limbo, like, yeah, we do too. Girl or guy or he, they, them. We're with you.
Did you feel like during that time you just weren't doing things that making you feel alive? Because like you were so busy trying to be the dutiful daughter.
Yes, exactly.
And all, get the good grades, you know, take care of your parents because your parents have all these expectations on you. But in the end, like you never like form your own sense of identity, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like that's like kind of what I am still struggling with now. In high school, like I did not do well. I wouldn't say I'm not smart because I don't want people to say, no, T, you're like so smart. Like you did so well in school. Like I'm not really like looking for like fishing for compliments or anything like that. But like really, like I did not do well in school. Like I'm not really the sharpest knife in the shed or whatever the phrase is. Like, yeah, so I did have to study really, really hard to get the grades that I got. And because of that, I didn't really get to pursue my passions. Like the high school that I went to, like, there wasn't really like a push for like the arts. It was more so for like science and math and, you know, like STEM. And also, you know, my parents were also like, oh, you like art? That's great. You can pursue it after you get a job and after you have money to pursue that. So
yeah, Asian parents.
They acknowledged that I did have this passion and they like respected it, but at the same time they were like, you got to hold off for your future, which I totally get, but at the same time it kind of messed me up because now I can pursue art because I make my own money and I can spend it like on art supplies and do this and do that. But now what? Where do I start? YouTube? Like search up how to paint a painting on YouTube, you know, like,
yes,
like,
do it.
Yeah, I know, right? You're like, yeah, just do it. I just like really just like don't know where to go. And it's almost like that part of me has been suppressed so much that like it might take me a minute to even like find it. Yeah, like to even find that passion again, because I'm not as passionate as I was back then to go and doodle something, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like they told me to put it away, so I did. And now like I can't find it. Like I lost it.
You can find it again.
It is there somewhere, but it's like like it's like in the corner of the closet, and like all your stuff is stacked up like on top of it.
But it's okay.
Yeah, like it's there.
At least like you have time. There's no rush.
Yeah,
you know?
there is no rush.
Yeah,
there's really no rush.
At the end of the day, your life is your life now.
Yeah.
And like you wish your parents don't live here, so they can't tell you to be like, do this, that, but it's just you're doing a lot better than most people your age, okay?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You're doing a lot better than I am, that's for sure. And at least you're married now.
I ain't got kids, so you know.
I have a kid.
That's a whole expense, you know. Okay. It's like that's a lot to worry about.
That's so funny. Like. I also realized I'm also in no rush to get married either, because like if it happens, it happens. I'm where you're at now. I want to do the things that I've been lacking and putting off and stuff. I want to do like the creative things that I used to be so passionate about. I lost it. Yeah. But then like every day I tell myself, I want to do something new each day, even if it's something very small. So that way, it could give me the motivation to like keep doing things.
Yeah. It's like kind of like exposure therapy.
Yeah.
You're
sparkle.
Like exposing yourself little by little to like artsy stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And honestly, like for example, like seeing you do your top for your Ren Fest inspired me to go back into like making clothes again, because in high school I was in fashion design and I loved it. Yeah, I thought about going to fashion school in like New York and stuff.
I wanted to go to fashion school.
Yeah, but shit happens and fuck that. Oh, sorry. We're bleeping now. I mean, like stuff happens, and it never happened, and that's a whole different topic that we can talk about later. And stuff. But yes. But no, like it's very noble of you now, because like not a lot of people have that courage to just leave their profession or like something that they've always literally like put their whole entire life to,
Exactly.
and to just drop it, or just to like change your career path. But it's just something inside you woke up and be like, this is not what I'm meant to do. Yeah, I'm so meant to do something else, something much more. That's not what my life plan is. That's not what God like intended me to do.
It felt like that wasn't what I was intended to do. I'll say it again, like I did a good job. Like I would say I was a good nurse, and people knew that and they would tell me that. But then like sometimes I'd have conversations with my patients and they're like, is this what you want to do for the rest of your life? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, why not? And like they would be like, you're so young, like you have your whole life ahead of you. You're not supposed to be doing this for the rest of your life. You're meant for more. And I was like, this is so scary, because like it felt like a sign. Like like I'm not very like, I would say I'm like moderately spiritual, like if a sign is like screaming at me and be like, okay, I'll take it, which I felt like that was a sign screaming at me, because at the time like I was kind of like, man, like this is hard, like maybe I should take a break, like maybe I should like take a step back, maybe I should like try to find a different unit or like work outpatient. I really don't feel this is it for me. And so when that patient, like we spoke for like 20-30 minutes. I spent a long time in there actually, and we're not supposed to spend that much time in a patient's room because we have all these other patients to take care of. But I was in there for like 20 minutes and he was just going on about how like, this is not meant for me. I meant to do something more. So I was just like, dang, like, okay.
He saw something in you. Yeah. That is just, this is not aligning what she's meant to do. And that's like brings me back to like how I'm like very grateful and thankful for like my friends and family, because everyone have always seen like my potential. Yeah. Something that I failed to see for like the longest, Yeah. And like in my head, like I remember in the past, I was just like thinking like, fuck, how am I gonna get close? I was like, Oh, sorry.
Should we just bleep it? Should we just bleep those?
Yeah, you know,
Like just keep it in there, but just like bleep.
You know, take a shot every time like Cindy
I know. Oh my gosh, I'll be passed out by the end of that.
My bad. But basically, like I just never saw my potential the way people saw me, and I never knew why, or like I couldn't figure out why. I'm just like, what? I'm just like, what's going on? You know? Yeah. Why do people are so nice, or why do you guys giving me so many chances? But then I realized, you know, again, like their place in my life to teach me that, to teach me that I am of value. I have value to bring to not just to the world, but to myself as well. And at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself to be there for yourself, because you only have yourself. You could really think about it.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, all you have is you. So that's kind of like what I've been kind of struggling with this year too, was learning to be by myself, learning to do things for myself. Like, I know, like learning to do things for myself. Like, of course, up throughout my childhood, I was doing things for my parents. And of course you're going to do things for your parents because they're like raising you. Of course, like you look up to them and they know what's best for you. So I still like hold on to that to this day. Like, yes, they know what's best for me, but like at the end of the day, if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. Like, you gotta just do things for yourself. Like, keep your parents in mind, yes, like, and they want what's best for you, but at the end of the day, you're alone. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
like you yourself knows what's best for you. Nobody else.
Yeah.
You are the one, like, in your thoughts. Nobody can read your mind or
Yeah.
anything. Like, I know a lot of people out there too. Like, they sit there alone and they're alone in their thoughts. It's like, listen to that little voice in your head sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes, okay? Not all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Those may be delusions, and you should not.
No, Delulu it's okay to be Delulu.
Is the Salulu.
Yes. Yes.
I know.
Okay.
I know. Because I think partially doing the podcast was a delusion of mine.
Well, look at me now.
I
okay?
dove into. I was like, this is a delusion I could get behind, but some delusions you cannot.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's very
yeah.
true. There's some delusions.
There's a fine line.
Yes,
There is
a fine line for everything.
Like, is it legal? Is it moral? Like,
yes.
will it harm people? If it does, maybe not. Like, yeah, for sure. I think the podcast kind of was like slightly a delusion for me, because I was like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. I feel like a lot of things that I did this year for the sake of myself, I felt like I was kind of being delulu about it. It was me like really branching off from like my, like who I am viewed as. Like, I feel like this year I took a lot of steps towards like breaking out of that character, which feels nice, but it still feels like kind of like not fake, but it's like, is this who I am? Like, what's going on? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it without like revealing anything, because some things are still in the works, but they feel like delusions, but like, good delusions. It's like, is this who I'm meant to be? Is this what's going on in my life? Am I going to succeed in this? So it's just like, yeah, if you feel like you're in a rut, like, you just gotta try new things. And I know it's like easier said than done, but you just have to like go out and do that thing. Like, just try something. Like, just try anything and see where it goes. Like, you feel stuck in a rut, go rock climbing. Oh, you don't like rock climbing? Don't worry about it. At least you try. You know, like, it's like throwing yourself out there and seeing like whatever sticks. I don't know. That's my best advice, considering the fact that I am still going through that situation myself.
I mean, at least now you're like exploring the world.
Yeah.
Know? You're a little butterfly now, you know?
Yeah.
To like, you know, see the world now. And like, that's also my, like, what I want people to know is, like, just go out there, and even if you have to go solo, it's okay to be alone. It's okay to do things by yourself. It's okay, you know, discovering yourself again, you know? And like, yeah, just go out there and discover who you are.
Facts, queen. Yes.
I'm just like blushing right now.
Oh, it is?
I love it.
It's Armani.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it's Rare Beauty, and then I put Armani on top.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Okay, to preface this, Cindy and I, we're friends, but we don't really know each other.
No, God, no.
Like we met.
We did met before East.
A few months ago.
We met. I know this year, but then we always hi.
Yeah,
that's about it. But
like acquaintances.
Yeah, we were acquaintances, but then it wasn't until EDC during that time.
Yeah. That we hung out,
and then we started seeing each other a lot more and stuff. So yeah.
So really we don't know much about each other.
Oh God, no.
Yeah,
no, we do not.
So what would you say? What would you say is one of your hang-ups? What's something that you're working on?
Okay. Definitely, I'm working on staying motivated. Cause it's really hard.
That is so hard. I know.
I just want to lay in bed and be like.
I know. Literally, I feel that.
I'm trying to stay motivated and to not be my worst enemy. I know, I always quit too. If things get hard or if things don't happen or I don't see the results, I'm like, okay, I don't want to do it.
I know. Yeah, it is so hard.
And I'll be patient.
Yeah. I know this is a physical example or surface level example. Yeah, me going to the gym, I've been going to the gym for a year now, and I still can't bring myself to stay motivated to go through my own volition. So I literally had to get a personal trainer to motivate me to go, because it's I put my own money into this, and if I don't go, I'm wasting my money, you know? So I have external motivators that make me do what I need to do. Even when I'm working out, he makes me count my own reps and stuff. And it's I'm at 15, but I could just tell him I got to 20. And then it's I'm doing myself an injustice. And I just have to fight with that all the time just to be motivated to do it. And so I don't know.
Very true.
Yeah, I kind of see that as a motivational talk anytime I'm kind of I don't want to do this. And it's the only person I'm not benefiting is myself, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's other people too, which is bad. But in the whole realm of trying to be a better person and all that, you really just got to do the hard things sometimes. It sucks.
Well, what about you? What are things that you're trying to work on?
One of my main themes / character arcs for 2024 for myself was just learning to do things for myself, learning to be there for myself, do things for myself, and just learning to be alone, independent. I have 2 sisters, and they're both within the very close age range to me. So all throughout my childhood, I've never felt alone, physically. I've always had either one of them around. So going to the grocery store, I don't like doing that by myself. I'd rather not do that by myself. So I put it off, waiting for someone to go with me, or art projects and stuff. I've been wanting to do a lot of arts and crafts stuff, and instead of just doing it by myself, I always try to plan events with my friends to do it, but at the end of the day, I'm just disservicing myself because I'm putting it off because I don't feel comfortable being alone, and therefore delaying my journey to self-discovery, pretty much, you know? I know that sounds kind of hoity-toity, I'm kind of talking out of my ass. I don't know, that's how I kind of see it. Why don't I just do the arts and craft projects by myself? Why do I have to bring everyone in? I don't have to do that. I need to just do it for myself.
Okay with being alone?
Yeah, being okay with being alone, finding the motivation to do it by myself, because I don't know, I've always just been a very people person, which, is a good thing, but sometimes it holds you back from doing what you want to do. So yeah, I've just been, I think I've been doing well as of late. I feel I really struggled with it at the beginning of the year, but lately, I am finding comfort in doing things on my own, for myself. So that's been nice.
I like being alone though.
can't relate.
Well,
I can't relate at all. Like,
I'm okay with being alone. Like I
like always since childhood.
But yes and no.
Because you have siblings, right?
Yeah, I have 2 sisters and a brother, but I've never been like alone.
Yeah.
And I honestly like I'm okay now being alone because I know like in the past that I've always like jumped from relationships and stuff because I didn't want to be alone, but then now I have worked myself to being by myself.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm never truly like alone, you know?
Yeah.
There's always somebody watching over you. And I always feel like it's just something just so liberating to just go somewhere to just sit down. For example, go out to eat by yourself. I enjoy it, you know?
I can't do that.
It's okay. It's actually like it's really is hard.
Yeah,
for a
it's
lot
so
of people.
hard.
But I just like the independence and like the liberation that being alone. I just feel so serene and at peace. You know?
Yeah.
And like I know I'm the type of person that if I let you into my space, like you mean a lot to me because like I am even though like I do like post a lot on like on social media and shit and sorry. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It's fine. But even though like I post a lot on social media, like, I don't really like show like who I am. I have been told like on social media I give off a presence of being a bitch or
Oh
like,
my god, I know. Me too.
or like I just have they're you just look so cold, you know? But then they meet me and I open my mouth.
Yeah.
And they're like, your voice does not match your picture.
Oh my god.
Because sometimes I will
Yes.
talk my corporate voice, right? That's
Yeah.
like my corporate voice sounds very, like a child.
Wait, okay, do it.
No! What is the future that you hope to create with this podcast? Or what's our cornerstone?
What's our cornerstone? What does that mean? Is that like our mission? I guess like my mission for this podcast really is just for people to view it, and this sounds bad, but like as background noise. I just want this to be
Yeah.
like an inviting space for people to just like, I'm an iPad kid at this point, so in the morning when I'm brushing my teeth, getting ready for the day, I want background noise. And I just want this to be something that people could put on to start their morning. Oh, like that's so relatable. I don't know, like background, like not to say that we should be in the background, you know, we're main
Yeah.
characters. We should be at the forefront. But like, I just want this to be like a chill, inviting space for people. I want people to feel comfortable talking about their problems with us, or even like, I don't know, eventually getting maybe a fan base of like people like submitting their issues to us and like us like dissecting it as girls, like this is girl talk, like let's talk about your problems, like what did your boyfriend do, like oh my gosh, like let's talk about it, like let's give advice.
And like if people don't know what girl talk is, we was have a topic, but then just branches out into 50 million like
Exactly.
avenues.
Exactly. And
But then we still come back to like topic.
Yeah. It's just like being pro yapper is just like I could just like talk endlessly about a issue and like dissect it in like many different ways and then like go off the rails and like just like talk about something totally different, but we will solve the problem at the end of the day. But like, yeah, that's kind of like what I want this kind of to be like. I want it to be an inviting space for people to come and have a discourse with us or share their problems with us and maybe like see what we think about it, or you know, if they are looking for any honest opinions, really, because I think I'm a very honest person, so I don't know.
There you are.
Yeah. That's kind of what I want out of this podcast for others.
None of my face is honest. Like I wear my emotions on my sleeve.
I feel
And
that,
I'm very
me too.
good, very confrontational too. And
Yeah.
like to all the people that like, you know, like I ever like have been in my like if like emotional like stuff, I am so sorry. I I'm working on that. Okay.
I know. I feel that because I'm very expressive. So
yeah. But there's nothing to be ashamed of to being expressive. If that's who you are, that's who you are. And you want to be surrounded by people that can handle that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's a terrible way to say it, to handle you. You want to be surrounded by people that can see all of you and love all of you. You know,
and see the value in that.
exactly. You don't want to be with people that just want the good times. That you should like be with people that is gonna be there when like things get hard. Like I know it's like very hard to show that side, but that's who your real friends will be.
Yeah.
You know, that you can call at like 2 a.m. to like come pick you up or like, just a talk, or you know, you can ugly cry to. I know a lot of people don't have a lot of people to ugly cry to. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It is hard. It is hard, especially in the age group that we're in. You kind of like realize some friends aren't going to be there for you, and it's through no fault of their own because they're like going through their own stuff. But like, that kind of like ties back to this podcast is we are the kind of, I want this to be a podcast where people feel like they can come crying to us because we're the girls that, you know, we're sitting on the couch talking about your problems.
Exactly.
Like, this is about you. Whatever you want to talk about, we're here for it. We just want to help. Like, girls.
Yeah, like if you need a second and third opinion, like, we will gladly give you our opinion.
I know. The birds are so loud. Like, it's so bad.
That was a monkey for a second.
Sounds like a monkey.
I was like, wait, did you get a new pet? No.
It's just the birds. I'm putting them up for the next episode.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
They're so loud.
Oh, we should probably have a warning for like, earphone users.
What about you? What is your cornerstone for this podcast? I think it's kind of the same as mine. It's like just being
there for somebody, because again, you're not alone.
Yeah.
And like, I want people to realize that you have people out there. You just need to reach out. That's it.
Yeah.
You know,
don't be scared to reach out.
Exactly. And even if they don't say anything back or anything, like, don't take that as like rejection. If people don't respond back or like respond back in a timely manner, it's just, you have to understand like they're probably going through something, or probably thinking in their head, how can I help her? Like, but then like, you know, they're probably scared to like say something.
I struggle with trying not to take the actions of others so personally, because sometimes it's not a personal thing. Sometimes it could be a personal thing, like you said. Maybe they're ignoring you, or maybe they don't feel like they can respond adequately to your emotions, to your call, which kind of ties it back to this podcast, which we are here for that. We are here to respond to that call. We are here to, you know, like, whatever emotional baggage you got, lay it on us, because, you know, that's kind of like why I wanted to start the podcast too, is like, because I love to talk so much. I love to talk so much. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. But sometimes I feel like my emotional baggage is a lot for just anyone in my life to take on, and sometimes I just have like this stream of consciousness that I just want to like blurt out, and it's not a personal thing. Like, everyone is like, you know, doing their own thing, and they don't really have the time to like take all that in. So this is for me, and also for the viewers. It's just, if you got emotional baggage and you don't really have anyone to turn to, this is it.
Turn to us.
Exactly. Okay. And I dump my emotional baggage on a camera, you know? It's like,
we just literally nosedive into
into our problems. Like, and it's, if I was like sitting with anyone else talking about this, they might just be like, anyway, so what shows have you been watching? You know, it's just like,
but I hate that. I hate small talk. Oh my god, that's whenever I was on the apps, I hate being asked, so how's your day?
Yeah.
No, do not ask me that. I hate small talk. I want
let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I remember one of the first dates I ever had with this guy. I told him, let's do like as if it's our last date or something. Like, just lay out all there.
I like that though.
Yeah,
that's intense.
I need to know if I'm wasting my time or not. Because if you're not gonna be part of my life like that, just don't even start anything with me. I don't want anybody disturbing my peace.
Yeah.
Even though like I'm kind of delusional. Right now. We're not gonna talk about that.
Sometimes delusions are good. Sometimes they're bad.
Yeah.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line, and it's hard to tell where that line is, especially if you are delusional a little bit.
It's okay to be delusional, though. I remember like, my friend sending me this one thing.
Delulu is the Salulu.
No, not that. But it's true. But it was basically saying like delusions are manifestations.
Yeah.
And the more you say it, the more it'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll become your reality.
That is a scary phrase. But if you take it in a positive light, then yes, it could be good. But if you take it in a negative way, it could be taken scary.
Oh, yeah. Please, positive delulus only, okay?
Yeah,
There is
like,
such thing as scary delulus.
Like, that's a whole nother topic in itself. But sometimes you have to be a little bit delulu to excel in life. Like, I feel like a lot of celebrities and artists, musicians, all that stuff, they had that, like, crazy thought, that crazy dream. Am I going to do this? I need to do this. I just need to deep dive in and do it. And, to some degree that, was maybe a little like delusional to them and to like friends and family that are all, working like 9 to 5 regular jobs, never even had a dream about being a rapper or a singer or an actress or whatever, like those jobs are just so like obscure to people. That's like 1% or whatever, it's so hard to like do those things, but like, you just gotta have a little bit of that something in you that like drives you to actually dive in and do that.
I'm so proud of myself. I did not say but yeah that much. Yeah, once you notice it though, you're just...
You didn't do it a lot today.
Yeah, I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Yes, because like
it's okay to give yourself self-praises, okay?
Pat yourself on the back.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Just a little, motivation from here and there.
Exactly.
Anyway, I think that is like really just the nature of our podcast, and really what we want to do is just be a little bit unhinged, be there for people, be supportive, talk about drama, talk about a little gossip here and there. What issue you got going on? That's pretty much it. Any final thoughts? Any final words? Final blessings onto the audience?
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself. Yes.
Do things that make you feel alive.
Feel alive. But like legally, ethically, morally.
Yes.
Like, please don't do anything bad. Please don't do anything bad and then cite our episode as as your motivation. Like, please don't do anything illegal and be like, they told me to do something to feel alive. Like, please. Okay. We're getting off track here.
Okay, but yeah.
This is the end.
Yes.
This is the end of the podcast. Thank you for tuning in with Tea Time with Cindy. We will see you guys next time.
We will be posting every Friday at 3 p.m. So, yeah, next week. Well, we're just gonna have to see what happens next week.
Please like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever. Also, our inbox is open if you guys want to drop any of your juicy little stories or things that you want opinions on. That would be so fun to discuss, and we're here for you guys. And tune in next week for our next episode with a guest star. So more yapping with the girls.
Yeah.
Bye.